Hey guys, this is SpongeBob SquarePants and VeggieTales for the win here, and welcome back to another like my thoughts on upcoming movie video, and this time it's gonna be on Thomas and Friends the movie. So sometime in 2020, Mattel, the owner of Thomas and Friends, has announced that there will be a live-action slash animated Thomas and Friends movie to be released in theaters. They announced in 2020 that it's in development, and as of this year, the movie is still in production, pretty much. And this will be the second Thomas and Friends theatrical release movie after Thomas and the Magic Railroad. So yeah. Now, my thoughts on this upcoming movie. Well, I'm not gonna lie, guys, but I absolutely love Thomas and Friends. It's definitely one of my it's definitely an awesome show, and it's definitely one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid. In fact, it's definitely one of my childhood shows, and I loved the show when I was little, and I still love it. Yeah, Thomas and Friends has been a huge part of my life for a very long time. You see, when I was little, I remember watching Thomas and Friends on both VHS and DVD, and I remember I had so many of the toys. I had so many wooden trains and Trapmaster trains of so many of the train characters from Thomas and Friends, especially. Yeah, I remember collecting those a lot when I was little, and I would play with them a lot while watching the show. Yeah, the memories, yeah. Obviously, when I was little, I watched a lot of the live-action animated slash model episodes of Thomas and Friends, which I think you guys know what I'm talking about, where they use the model trains. Yeah, I watched a lot of those episodes when I was little, and I know eventually Thomas and Friends switched to fully CGI in 2009, which, Season 12 I know is the last production of Thomas and Friends to use models, which that was the only time that was part models and part CGI. After Season 12, the franchise switched fully to CGI animation, starting with Thomas and Friends Hero Derails the movie and onwards, pretty much. And yeah, I still really like the model era of Thomas and Friends, the era I grew up watching from when I was a kid. Yeah, I loved that era when I was little, and I still do. And as for the CGI era, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I don't really mind the CGI era of Thomas and Friends. I think the CGI era is pretty amazing. I really like how the characters have their own voices, and I actually really like the CGI animation, I'm not gonna lie, so yeah. And as for the Thomas and Friends movies, well, most of them are direct-to-video, but I know there's one that was theatrically released, and that is obviously this movie right here, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Yeah, which, of course, yeah, this is the only theatrical released Thomas and Friends movie. This was released in theaters in 2000. Years before I was born, because I was born in 2003, but I actually really like the Thomas and Friends movies, including this one, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. This is actually one of my childhood movies, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. I actually remember watching this movie when I was little, and I loved it back then when I was little, and even today I still love this movie, to be honest. I think it's a very nice movie for the first Thomas and Friends movie ever made, and I honestly think it stays faithful to the show, Thomas and Friends, I think. And I think, yeah, this movie, I think the actors and actresses did a nice job in this movie, like Peter Fonda, Mara Wilson, Alec Baldwin, the other people that were in this movie. I think they did a really nice job making this movie. Yeah, I think it sucks that this movie unfortunately bombed at the box office, and because of this film's poor performance, the creator Thomas and Friends resigned from making the show. I think because of the film's poor performance, which, yeah, I find that pretty sad, honestly. But yeah, I still love this movie. It's a classic. I also have this movie on VHS, and I actually remember renting the VHS of this movie from a library when I was little. I used to rent VHS tapes from a library when I was very little, so yeah. But yeah, this movie, Thomas and the Magic Railroad, is still awesome. Oh yeah, interesting. I really like the disc artwork with Thomas and Lady. I think it's really nice. And I do have other Thomas and Friends movies, but obviously I'm not going to show them in this video, which it makes sense. I have so many of them. But my thoughts on Thomas and Friends the movie, well, I'm not going to lie, guys, but this could help for, like, a new popular production to be released for Thomas and Friends, because, like, after the original show ended after season 24, we got Thomas and Friends All Engines Go, which, as you guys know, was really hated by a lot of people because of the redesigns, and I think one of the reasons was because a lot of trains sounding like little kids. Though I do know the actor who voiced Gordon and Thompson and Magic Railroad did voice Gordon and Thompson Friends All Engines Go. Fun fact. And but yeah, so now, although I technically don't hate Thompson Friends All Engines Go, I heard most people hate it. I heard some kids were actually crying to the redesigns of the trains in that show. But despite that, Thompson Friends the movie might help for Thompson Friends to have a lot more popular projects to come along, because here's the thing: if Thompson Friends the movie becomes really popular and becomes a big box office hit, I can tell this is going to be based on the original show, not Thompson Friends All Engines Go. But if this new movie becomes popular and becomes a hit, then I have a feeling that they're going to cancel Thompson Friends All Engines Go and bring back the original. That's what I think. So yeah, but I'm still really excited for this movie. And I definitely want to see it in theaters, as Thompson Friends has been a huge part of my life for a long time, since I was little, and I still love it to this day. It's still a classic. Like, yeah, I think Thompson Friends is still a very fun show, and it's got amazing and likable characters, I would say. So, yeah. And yeah, I think even the animation in the model era still holds up, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm really excited for Thompson Friends the movie. I'm hoping it'll be amazing. I have a feeling it will be, but yeah, I can't wait to see it in theaters. I'm glad Mattel announced this along with an upcoming Bob the Builder movie to release in theaters, which I want to see the Bob the Builder movie in the theaters as well. But yeah, can't wait to see Thompson Friends the movie in theaters. Because yeah, I'm glad they're finally doing a theatrical release Thompson Friends movie again. Yeah, like I said, there hasn't been a theatrical release Thompson Friends movie, obviously, since this one, Thompson and Magic Railroad, because this movie came out in 2000, almost 24 years ago. This month will be 24 years, so yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited for Thompson Friends the movie, and I hope I'm hoping, all you Thompson Friends fans enjoy the movie as well. So yeah. Yeah, coming from a Thompson Friends fan, I think a lot of Thompson Friends fans will enjoy it. So yeah. So yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on Thompson Friends the movie. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye, everybody.